Hi, this is DJ, and I'm going to be interviewing him for the DPPG. A little bit about DPPG before we get started. It is dramatic play of games, and these are short, engaging activities led by an adult that involves an individual child or small group of children engaging in creative movement in sound based on a prompt about a character, situation, animal, emotion, or idea. Some examples are it could be acting out to be animals. You could create an orchestra out of the sounds that accompany various emotions, or more fully fledged socio-dramatic pretend scenes in which children take on characters and improvise tagged out situations. So I have a couple questions. The first one is, what are some forms of DPPG that you experienced or were involved in the classroom? At what age were you, and did you learn anything from those experiences?
Well, when I was 9 years old, I played Cops and Robbers outside at recess with my friends. From playing Cops and Robbers, I learned about real life scenarios and how to work together as a team.
Okay, that's a good example. The next question I have for you is, do you think DPPG is a good way for creating movement and creativity in the classroom, and why?
Yes, I think DPPG is a good way to create movement and creativity because it gave me the opportunity to work together with my friends, as well as giving me the experience and knowledge. I am more of a hands-on learner, so learning from experience helps.
Okay. Do you think DPPG is done best in a younger classroom? Do you think the age matters, and why?
I think DPPG is useful in all classrooms because of the experience. The students will have better understanding of how to do things when they experience dramatic play in the class.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Kaylee, and I'm going to be interviewing her for the DPPG. Just a little bit about DPPG before we get started. It says it is a type of engagement we focus on for dramatic pretend play games. These are short, engaging activities led by an adult that involves an individual, child, or small group of children engaging in creative movement and sound based on prompt about character, situation, animal, or emotion. For example, it could be acting out various animals or an orchestra of sad, crying, and happy laughing, or more fully fledged socio-dramatic pretend scenes in which children take on characteristics and improve tagged out situations. So now that you better understand what DPPG is, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. My first question for you are, what are some forms of DPPG that you have experienced or been involved in the classroom? At what age were you, and did you learn anything from that experience?
So I would say one off the top of my head would be when I was 17, we did a mock accident. It was a mock car accident for drinking and driving awareness, and we just kind of went through, and some people acted out like the car accident, like some of them were injured, some of them were actually on the ground and stuff like that. And I would say that helped bring a lot of awareness for what they wanted, like the no drinking and driving and the kind of dangers that can bring. So yeah, I feel like I learned a lot from that one. And I do remember another one in particular. When I was in first grade, we did a Dr. Seuss day, and we kind of dressed up as little different Dr. Seuss characters and read different books and kind of reenacted the characters and stuff. So I feel like that was really helpful. It helped us get engaged and stuff for different classroom activities, but kind of made it a different kind of fun day to do it.
Okay, next question is, do you think that DPPG is a good way for creating movement and creativity in the classroom? If so, why?
Yeah, I would say doing that is a good way for engaging in movement and different activity in the classroom, especially for younger kids, I would say, because it gets them engaged a lot more and gives them the freedom to express themselves in different ways other than just sitting in a classroom and learning standard ways.
Okay, that kind of brings into my next question. Do you think DPPG is done best in a younger classroom, or do you think the age matters, and why?
I would definitely say the age would matter. I feel like when you get older and have to do certain activities like that, people take it in a childish way, or don't just take it seriously. And I feel like with younger kids, they're more, not even naive, but more like able to be themselves without like fear of like judgment and stuff like that. So they would definitely get involved more.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Okay, thanks.
Welcome.
Hi, this is Brittany, and I'm going to be talking to her about DPPG and interviewing her after. So DPPG is dramatic pretend play games. These are short, engaging activities led by an adult that involve an individual child or small group of children engaging in creating movement and sound based on a prompt about a character, situation, animal, emotion, or idea. An example could be pretending to be various animals. So now that you know more about DPPG, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. My first question is, what are some forms of DPPG that you experienced in the classroom? What age were you, and did you learn anything from that experience?
When I was in 6th grade, we had a class called Prevention, and we wore beer goggles. We got to walk around in a straight line and around the classroom. This showed us that you shouldn't drink and drive because you cannot function properly.
Okay, my next question is do you think DPPG is a good way for creating movement and creativity in the classroom?
Yes,
Why?
I think so because it gets students involved and teaches good lessons.
Okay, and the last question is, do you think DPPG is done best in younger classrooms, or do you think the age matters, and why?
I don't think it matters because I think it depends on the activity, especially being a hands-on learner.
Okay, thanks.